You say the price of my love's not a price that you're willing to pay. You cry in the tea which you hurl in the sea as you see me go by. Why so sad? Those of you who are fans of Hamilton or have listened to it a couple of times will recognize this song as King George's song. It begins on a one chord, you say, and then you get this chord, the price of my love. And what you've got there is do, mi, so, mi, do, but then you add, so you've got, you say the price of my love, but then they add something on the price of my love, which is price of my love, and they add te. The price of my love is not a price that you're willing to pay. And there on price, you have this chord. So if this is tonic, then that's a 4 chord in first inversion. So la, do, fa, and so how we get between those two chords, the 1 chord and the 4/6 chord, is this chord, price of my love, and that's a 4/2 chord. It is in fact a do, mi, so with te in the bass, which makes it a 5/4/2 of 4. So here's the score, and you'll notice that when you have you say here, then it goes to a G major chord, right? And so this is written in G major. You have your tonic chord there, do, mi, so, with do in the bass. And then the price of my love, and you've got this GBD with an F natural on the bass, and there's your te. Now, if you're just going into this, your temptation is going to be to say that's a 1/7 chord. That's a 1/7 chord. 1/7s can't be dominant sevenths in diatonic regular major scale pieces. You have G, B, D, F natural. F natural is not in the G major scale. And so the way that we have to make sense of it is a dominant seventh of something else. It's G7, which is 5 of C. So it's 5/7 of 4. In this case, 5/4/2 of 4. And then you can check yourself by seeing that it goes to a C chord. In this case, a C in first inversion. So whenever you're writing down 1/7 on a piece of music that you're analyzing, check your life choices. You're probably not right if you're saying that a dominant seventh built on scale degree 1 is a 1/7. It is probably 5/7 of 4. So you've got this applied chord, do, mi, so, te, that leads to 4, and you put it in last inversion, so the 7th is in the bass, and that makes you have to go to 4/6. You'll be back, soon you'll see, you'll remember you belong to me. You'll notice that in chapter 56 of the Karpinski here, you actually have a kind of compendium of the kinds of chords that could be applied to the dominant and the scale degrees that would be associated with them. So 5/7 of 4 is do, mi, so, and then te. You've also got some chords that you'll see around, but this is super frequent, 5/7 of 4. 7 of 4, less so, but it happens, and that's mi, so, te. And then you've got your crunchy 7/7s of 4. I think you see this a reasonable amount, which is mi, so, te, and then re. So you're imagining that, like, if you're in C major, this would be a 7/7 chord in F. It's 7 of 4. And the same thing would be 7 fully diminished. Mi, so, te, and then ra. So if you were in C major or C minor or whatever, of 4 would give you a fully diminished 7 would give you something from F minor, so this would be a D flat. So now it's time to do some arpeggios, but since we started out on such like a kind of classy note, I don't want to do this pirate thing relying on like puns and R and like gimmicky, costumey things. So turn to page 277 in the Karpinski, and we will arpeggiate some of these chords together. It's time for arpeggios. Arpeggios. Alright, so let's just look at this first one here, and let's do it in this key. Do, mi, so, mi, do. Alright, so it's not my key, my range, but like something is going to be in your range. Not necessarily my range, right? So, do, mi, so, mi, do. So we're looking at 5, 4, 3 of 5. That means we're looking at this re, fi, la, do chord, but la is in the bass, so it'll be, sorry, la, I said la, la, do, re, fi, and then it goes to 5, and then it goes to 1, and then 5, 7, 4. Alright, 5, 7, 4 is going to be our tonic chord with the dominant 7th on top of it, so do, mi, so, and then te. Then it goes to a 4 chord, well, like a 5, 7, and 4 should. Alright, so let's try this. 1, 2, 3, and do, mi, so, mi, do, la, do, re, fi, re, da. Alright, let's try this. I'm not going to sing along. Challenge yourself to do this on your own. Ready? And arpeggios. Awesome. Alright, so now let's think about the next one. The 5, 4, 3 of 4. So that's, remember, do, mi, so, te. And if we put it in 4, 3, that means that so is the lowest note. So we're going to go from a, here, how about we do it here? So we're going to go from something where do is in the bass to so, and then so is going to remain in the bass for us doing a 5, 7 of 4 that's going to end up on a 4 chord. Alright, so let's try this. 1, 2, ready, and... And I know I'm doing these a little quickly, but I want you to... Now I know I'm doing these a little quickly, but these are the speeds that I want you to work up to. If you want to stop the video and listen a couple of times on your own, practice slower with your handy-dandy melodica, by all means, do that. But I would like you to get to about this speed when you perform these and when you practice these. Okay, the next one. So number C, or letter C. So this is you say the price of my love progression. The 5, 4, 2 is going to have te in the bass. And notice that 5, 4, 3 of 5. All right. So let's try this. 1, 2, ready, and... 4, 6. Now I want to skip D and E and let you do those on your own. F is kind of a version of what we just did, with some differences, but it's still got the 5, 4, 2 of 4. So let's do F, and let's do it in F minor because why not? F. 1, 2, ready, and... That's unresolved. Isn't it, Jolene? Isn't it, Jolene? Jolene, isn't it unresolved? The one thing that I do want to bring your attention to as you work on your own is D goes from a 1 chord to a 5-6-5 of 4. So 5-6-5 of 4, you're going to take that minor 1 chord and it's going to change into a dominant 7th, which means that May is going to become Mi, because you need a major triad underneath your major minor 7th chord. So Do, Mi, So, Mi, Do. The next thing that you're going to do is go Mi, because you're in first inversion, Mi, So, Te, Do. So that minor 1 chord is changing into something like a major 1 chord. But remember, major 1-7, bad idea. It's a major 1-6-5, but that's actually a 5-6-5 of 4, which is then going to resolve to 4. So, just like last week, I'd like you to prepare all of these A, B, C, D, E, and F. And if you're asynchronous, you'll choose a couple to do singing and choose a couple to do on keyboard. And then the same thing if you're doing it in person or synchronously. And just like other weeks, I'll put a summary of what I want you to do at the end of the third video here. Now let's end with some comparisons. So here is a chord progression. I'm going to do it 2 times. One of these times I'm going to do it with 1-6, so Mi, So, Do in the chord, and the other time I'm going to do it with 5-6-5 of 4, so Mi, So, Te, Do. So you're going to listen to which of these has a 1-6 in it and which of these has a 5-6-5 of 4. Option 1. So that first one was 1 to 1-6, and the second one was 1 to 5-6-5. Hear that kind of crunch in that chord. Now this next one is going to be actually kind of obvious, but I do want to make the oral comparison here. It's going to be a 2-5-1, but the 2-5-1 will either end on a 1 or it will end on a 5-7 of 4. So listen to this difference here. Versus so the first one gives you a 5-7 of 4, ends you on a 5-7 of 4, and the second one ends you on a 1 chord. Pretty distinct difference there. Alright, this last one is going to be a 1 in the bass. It's going to be a 1-7-6-5. It's just in 1, I'm going to make that 7 a Te instead of T. So in one paradigm, the T is going to just act as a passing tone between a 1 chord and a 4-6 chord. And then another time that T is going to be a Te, which is going to make it a 5-4-2 of 4. Here's option 1. Well, option 1 was the T, the diatonic passing chord. Do, Ti, La, and then the second one, you added the Te to make it a 5-7 or 5-4-2 of 4-6.